The silence was shattered when reports surfaced that Seokjin, known globally as Jin of BTS, is currently under investigation by authorities following a damaging complaint filed against him. The nature of the report remains undisclosed, but the implications are seismic. Is this a case of mistaken identity, a malicious attempt to dismantle a legacy, or something far more insidious? The timing, the context, and the consequences have ignited a firestorm of speculation, fear, and outrage across the global fanbase. As the investigation unfolds, another disturbing narrative has emerged. BTS's achievements, once considered untouchable, are now allegedly being siphoned off and repackaged to benefit rival artists. And in a move that stunned millions, Jungkook, the youngest and arguably most visible member of BTS, has deleted every photo from his social media, leaving behind a digital void that speaks louder than any statement. The convergence of these three events has created a perfect storm of anxiety and disbelief. Jin, often regarded as the emotional anchor of BTS, now finds himself at the center of a legal inquiry that could redefine his public image. The complaint, reportedly filed by an individual with prior connections to the entertainment industry, has triggered a formal review process. While no official charges have been announced, the mere existence of the investigation has cast a long shadow over Jin's reputation. Fans are left grappling with the possibility that their beloved idol could be facing a battle not just for his career, but for his integrity. Simultaneously, allegations have surfaced suggesting that BTS's hard-earned accolades are being strategically redirected to elevate other artists, most notably Rose of Blackpink. The controversy erupted when fans noticed uncanny similarities between BTS's documented achievements and recent promotional materials highlighting Rose's Grammy campaign. Specific metrics, including streaming milestones and international chart placements, appear to mirror those previously associated with BTS. The implications are staggering. If true, this would represent not just a breach of ethical boundaries, but a calculated effort to rewrite the narrative of K-pop dominance. The backlash was immediate and ferocious. Armies, the fiercely loyal BTS fanbase, mobilized across platforms, demanding transparency and accountability. The debate quickly escalated into a broader conversation about industry politics, favoritism, and the commodification of success. Some fans pointed to discrepancies in award nominations and media coverage, arguing that BTS's contributions were being systematically minimized. Others speculated that internal dynamics within the entertainment conglomerate might be influencing public perception, raising uncomfortable questions about loyalty, fairness, and exploitation. Amid this chaos, Jungkook's decision to erase his entire photo archive sent shockwaves through the fandom. Known for his openness and emotional vulnerability, Jungkook's social media presence has long been a source of comfort and connection for fans. The sudden disappearance of his photos, without explanation or warning, was interpreted by many as a silent protest, a cry for help, or a deliberate act of detachment. Theories abound. Was he reacting to the vitriol he received online, distancing himself from the unfolding controversies, or signaling a deeper personal crisis? The emotional toll on fans has been profound. Messages of support, confusion, and desperation flooded social media, with many expressing concern for Jungkook's mental health. The absence of visual content, a medium through which Jungkook often communicated his thoughts and feelings, has left a void that words cannot fill. In the absence of clarity, speculation has become the dominant currency, and every silence is interpreted as a statement. Adding to the tension is the exposure of private information about BTS members and their families. Jong, whose identity remains partially obscured in public discourse, has reportedly had sensitive details about his family leaked online. The breach has sparked widespread alarm, not only for the safety of those involved, but for the broader implications of digital vulnerability. In an era where privacy is increasingly elusive, the unauthorized dissemination of personal data represents a violation that transcends fandom boundaries. The situation is further complicated by the lack of institutional response. While fans demand answers, The silence from official channels has only deepened the sense of betrayal. The absence of protective measures, clarifications, or reassurances has left the community feeling abandoned. The narrative, once defined by triumph and unity, now teeters on the edge of fragmentation. What emerges from this maelstrom is a portrait of a group under siege, not from external critics, but from within the very ecosystem that once celebrated them. The investigation into Jin, the alleged appropriation of BTS's achievements, and Jungkook's digital disappearance are not isolated incidents. They are interconnected threads in a tapestry of disillusionment, raising urgent questions about the cost of fame, the fragility of legacy, and the ethics of entertainment. Is Jin being targeted because of his influence? Or is there a deeper motive behind the complaint? Are BTS's achievements being repurposed to serve a broader strategic agenda? And what does Jungkook's silence reveal about the pressures faced by idols in an increasingly hostile digital landscape? These questions demand answers, not just for the sake of the artists involved, but for the integrity of the industry itself. The stakes are monumental. BTS is not merely a musical group. They are a cultural phenomenon, a symbol of resilience, and a beacon of hope for millions. To see their narrative unravel under the weight of controversy is to witness a seismic shift in the global entertainment paradigm. The investigation into Jin could redefine legal precedents for celebrity accountability. The alleged theft of achievements could expose systemic flaws in award recognition and promotional ethics. And Jungkook's withdrawal could catalyze a broader conversation about mental health, digital boundaries, and the human cost of visibility. As the story continues to evolve, one thing remains clear: this is not a momentary scandal. It is a reckoning. The convergence of legal scrutiny, ethical controversy, and emotional withdrawal has created a crucible in which the future of BTS, and perhaps the future of K-pop itself, will be forged. The world watches, not with passive curiosity, but with urgent anticipation. What happens next will not only shape the legacy of BTS, but will redefine the contours of fame, loyalty, and truth in the modern age. This is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a new chapter, one fraught with uncertainty, but rich with the potential for transformation. The investigation into Jin, the controversy surrounding BTS's achievements, and Jungkook's silent protest are not just events, they are signals. Signals that something is broken, that something must change, and that the cost of silence may be greater than the cost of truth.